Are you tired of dealing with heavy, inefficient lead-acid batteries that just can't keep up? What if I told you there's a game-changing upgrade that not only boosts your energy storage, but also saves you time and hassle? Stay tuned as we revolutionize our power setup with state-of-the-art Lithium lithium phosphate batteries. Let's dive into a smarter, more efficient future.
1, 2, get ready to roll. If you're moving with the beat, then you're moving with the flow. Say 3, 4, get ready for more. We ain't come to mess around, we just come to hit the floor.
Welcome back to Ramblin' Reflections. Today we're upgrading our battery system from a traditional lead-acid power system to an advanced lithium iron phosphate power system. We want to eventually add some solar to our camper so we can do some off-grid camping, but we don't want to foot all that expense all at once. So welcome to our budget build. As you can see, we have two batteries here from Lithium that are 12 volt, 280 amp hours. We got these off of an Amazon Lightning deal. We'll be wiring these in parallel to give us a 560 amp hour power bank to draw from. That ought to allow us a bit more freedom in our camping choices.
Got everything here that we're going to need to build our battery bank and get in preparation for putting the solar panels up. That'll be a little bit later on down the road, but this is something that we're working on now.
Now, we chose the Victron MultiPlus-II. This is a 12 volt, 3000 watt, 120 amp inverter charger combo. It also has automatic transfer switch built in and power assist. That is the really cool feature. It can boost the external power supply when needed. So, say we're camping somewhere in the middle of the summer that only has 30 amp hookups. Well, our rig takes 50 amps to run all our appliances. Now we can turn both of our ACs on and we won't trip the breaker because we'll pull the extra current needed to power everything from the batteries. It balances the load demand out. It also switches over automatically should the power go out. No more going out in the middle of the night and switching the fridge over to battery for fear that the food's going to spoil. All right, let's take these batteries out of here. Start getting rid of this vent hose. This will be nice because I'm going to put a fan right here and probably matching on the other side. I'm going to have a fan that pulls air in and an exhaust air. That way I can get circulation through this whole compartment here. Keep it from getting too hot in the summertime, maintain the batteries. Looks like we need a 1/2 inch wrench to take this battery cables loose. Alright, so I got the inverter and the batteries placed. Now I've got this backer board. I'm going to go ahead and place my bus bars. So I'm going to run the length of the battery cables all the same up to the bus bars. That's next.
now I'm going to get my smart shunt, and you'll notice one side says battery only and the other side says load and charger. And so then we're going to bring the battery power positive up to the bus bar. We'll come off the bus bar and we'll go to a switch next. Since the layout was yet to be determined precisely, I decided to go with 4/0 welding cable because it's more flexible and much more easier to work with in tight spaces than regular wire. And it can handle high currents between the battery bank and inverter while ensuring minimal voltage drop. This improves the overall efficiency of the electrical system, which means more power reaches our devices and less is lost as heat. It also allows us to expand our system in the future should we decide we wanted to expand it. Well guys, that's going to be a wrap for this week's video. Today we focused on getting the batteries and the inverter installed in the camper. There's just way too much to cover in one video, so we're going to be breaking it up into sections. So stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be making our battery cables and getting them connected as well. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next in the series. We thought we had everything planned out, but as always, we ran into a few hiccups. Tune in next time and see how we tackle those issues. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Until next week, stay safe out there.